Fox 56 News Chief Medical Contributor Dr. Ryan Stanton is with us in studio.
This morning, in his first segment, he's focusing on the return of fall sports, but the ongoing health risks, or heat risks, I should say, that are also at play.
I'm going on runs, I've been, and it is, you got to go early or you got to go late because it is hot, hot, hot.
But that's
still.
the difference. You've been doing it all summer. That's kind of the point here, knowing a lot of the athletes out there have not spent the summer getting ready for this type of conditioning.
They've been resting.
So that's actually the topic. So
Okay.
thank you so much for the primer. Well, the fall sports are getting underway, but don't let the calendar fool you. August and early September are still some of the hottest, most humid times of this year, making this one of the most dangerous seasons for our young athletes. Every year, emergency departments see cases of heat exhaustion and even life-threatening heat stroke during the first few weeks of our practice sessions. One of the biggest risk factors is deconditioning. Many athletes haven't maintained that same level of conditioning over the summer, then suddenly return to intense practices in full gear or equipment. Summers indoors in well-conditioned settings without consistent training quickly takes an endurance toll. Add high humidity, limited hydration, and multiple daily practices and the risk climbs quickly. The good news is that nearly all heat-related illnesses are preventable. Athletes should gradually acclimate to the heat over 7 to 14 days, stay well hydrated before, during, and after practice, take scheduled cooling breaks, and never ignore symptoms like dizziness, nausea, muscle cramps, confusion, or unusual fatigue. Coaches, parents, and teammates all play a role. If someone appears confused or collapsed, that's a medical emergency, call 911 and begin cooling immediately. This is something where we all need to be involved because the players, the coaches, and the parents all have a role in keeping these young athletes safe as we get into the fall season. We see a ton of these every single year coming in the emergency department as we go from, it's kind of like the couch to 5K, but to here it's the couch to the gridiron and getting ready and out there. And just a lot of kids aren't quite ready for it. So if you are going to get into the football, a lot of them are already practicing anyway, but make sure you take those breaks if you have concerns. This is not a time to just, quote, tough it out.
I mean, I'm also looking at the photos of the football players. In addition to the heat and maybe them not conditioning during the summer, they have all of that gear, and that just adds another layer.
Yeah, the gear is another level because it does hold that heat in. It prevents that dissipation of the heat where they can't sweat appropriately, taking plenty of those scheduled breaks. You know, we have areas of the country, we've been actually very blessed here recently over the last few weeks with weather that's actually been relatively comfortable, but other parts of the country now, I heard Denver had the highest temperature on record of 102 yesterday. So, you know, there's a lot of parts of this country that aren't used to the amount of heat that we're seeing now as we get back to school.
What will we see from you next segment?
So the next one, more good news for back to school, which is actually the big spike in virus as we have the first couple of weeks of school. So yeah, you get to look forward to a couple of things. So while we take a break, you can actually go out and get your Kleenexes and stuff to get ready of the viral season because it also is upon us.
The only person that could say virus with a smile.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah, exactly.
Well, it's better than a foodborne illness that we've been talking about for the last few weeks. So at least it's a little bit different and not as dramatic.
Yes. All right, we'll look forward to seeing you next hour.
Thank you.
Dr. Ryan Stanton.
I'll be right back.
You're watching Fox 56 News, our home, your news.